to recover.
They are searching the rubble tonight in Taiwan, sifting through collapsed buildings for survivors of a powerful earthquake. The 6.4 quake striking southern Taiwan early Saturday morning over there, about 3 p.m. here. More than 220 people have been rescued so far. At least 5 have been killed. The quake was felt in Taipei, but no major damage is being reported in the capital city.
Well, 4 days until the presidential primaries in New Hampshire, and tonight the candidates aren't letting a snowstorm stop their stumping, except for one notable no-show. Hillary Clinton braved the storm, sticking to a full slate of campaign events. Bernie Sanders' campaign, even though he's preparing to appear on Saturday Night Live, along with Larry David, who, of course, does a spot-on impression of the presidential hopeful. Most of the Republican presidential candidates are also in New Hampshire tonight, campaigning and preparing to meet for an ABC News debate tomorrow night. But Donald Trump canceled his events because of the storm. He did send supporters trudging door to door through the snow. Trump was a no-show at the last Republican debate. He's expected to make it tomorrow night. And you can watch that Republican debate tomorrow right here on Channel 7 and on the Watch ABC app. It begins at 8 o'clock, and political reporter Dave Evans is heading to New Hampshire. You can watch his live reports on the primary beginning Monday on Eyewitness News.
There was a lot of grumpy chatter on Twitter tonight about dinner, or the lack of it. Seamless, the popular food delivery service, had some technical problems tonight, and hungry people were none too happy about it. One person tweeting, "What does it say about our generation that humans used to have to hunt for their food, and I'm about to die of starvation because Seamless is down?" Another tweet, "I just realized I may have to put on my shoes." And then there's this, "Prayers for everyone suffering. Seamless being down on a Friday night." By the way, there's no word from Seamless tonight on exactly what happened.
What was it?
Feel your pain.
Oh, you too, huh? Wow.
All right, I see you've got a notebook full of notes.
Well, I want to remember my talking points for our winter forecast, which will come up right after I get through the 7 days. So let's see if we're stuck in the snowy pattern for a long time. First of all, we go outside tonight, and wow, last night at this time, it is dry pavement outside, and we look forward to rain changing over to snow. Well, maybe not look forward, but boy, did it happen. Look at the Empire State Building. Super Bowl colors have looks like Broncos on the north and south side, and Panthers east-west. Got good visibility again, but we are cold, 33. At least the wind is backed off and managed to recover to about 40 degrees. A foot in Setauket, Baldwin's about 8 inches, Scarsdale 4 inches. Oakwood Heights Station, Staten Island, about 3 inches, 2.5 inches to 3 inches in Central Park. Freehold, half foot. Metuchen was nearly 4 inches. Redwood, New Jersey, about 3 1/3. And Wayne, New Jersey, at about 2 inches. Easton, Connecticut, 9 inches. Norwalk, a little over 7. New Canaan, 6.5. And Sandy Hook coming in at 4 inches. The Danbury amount updated to about 4.5. So now we've dropped into the 20s on Long Island and Connecticut. It's where we got our jackpot snows. They're going to be icing conditions overnight and early risers. Be careful there, and then temperatures will warm during the day, but we're dropping below freezing pretty much area-wide. Be a lot of sunshine tomorrow, much less wind. It'll feel great during the afternoon hours, but again, we will have some of the melting, so watch out. Some of those clumps of heavy, wet snow dropping off. There's our 12 hours of loop of the storm, and there it is gone, and now we have clear sky, and the farther that storm gets away and the closer this nice high comes in, our winds get lighter, and we really have a 2-day reprieve from the wintry pattern. Then things get interesting into next week. We're watching this storm over the northwest, this piece of energy coming through Oklahoma and Texas, which dives into the Gulf. This will go offshore as a sizable storm, thankfully missing us for the most part, and this one will be our supply of cold air into next week. So you look at our forecast for tomorrow morning. We're in the 20s and low 30s, sunshine but cold, some slick spots on the roads. There'll be some patchy cloudiness coming in during the afternoon, but temperatures recover into the low 40s. So it's sunny and cold, light winds, slick spots just after 7 a.m. 31. A pair of 4s tomorrow afternoon, sunny to partly cloudy, but it's nice. Sunset 5:19. Slick spots again tomorrow night at 32. Here's the way the 7-day AccuWeather forecast goes. Really nice through the weekend. 48 on Super Bowl Sunday. No problem there. I think we could have some light snows on Monday. That's the edge of that big storm that's offshore. So light snows are a possibility. Even light accumulations, especially east. But that one, for the most part, misses us. Then there's this piece that's trying to come in for Tuesday. They may link up just a little bit. There'll be some light snows. I think we could have prolonged off and on snow. There could be any time from midday Monday lasting through Tuesday, and even snow showers on Wednesday. So in that time, we could put down a few inches, but I just don't think it's all at once or one big storm, but we'll be watching that over the weekend. It is remaining cold, blustery next week, and I do think in about a week's time, around Thursday night and a Friday, there may be more consolidated storm where we may have another plowable storm. So it's a situation where we're kind of in a shooting gallery here. We have a lot of storms and the cold air available. That's what the next 7 days looks like.
Okay. We know you've been writing on your notebook. The longer range winter forecast. I think 7 days is a long range, but you got even longer range, right?
Well, listen, the El Nino obviously is the major driver of this, so that's what we're looking at. So that's, of course, the warming of the waters in the Pacific, and that alters our storm track. It's followed the script this year. We started out with a very mild start, November, December, into early January, and now all of a sudden it's getting colder, so we're hitting prime time where you have the active storm track, but you also have more cold air available. So it's a sweet spot for timing for snowfall, and that's why going forward, here's what I'm calling for. I think the best chance of seeing snow and coastal storms is going to be over the next 10 days. Again, that sweet spot of winter. As we get into the third week of February, we still have the storms in great supply, but we don't have the coldest air. So maybe we favor more snow inland and mixed along the coast. Late February into early March, one more signal that we have one more cold shot and have the threat of some big snows. You know, we always have had chances of big snows in March. If it follows the script, though, of 1982-83, after the big 20-inch storm that year, only 1 inch the rest of the season. So we may try to find a way to avoid all these storms altogether, but right now it looks like next week is stormy.
I'm going to cross my fingers. All right. Thank you, Lee. That's a very fascinating forecast. Thanks, Lee. Coming up next, we're going to tell you what's going to be missing from your M&M's candy and some popular other candies as well. And don't worry if you crack your iPhone, Sade. We're going to show you how you can trade it in for cash.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Raymore and Flanagan. For the closest location, please visit RaymorFlanagan.com.
Be amazed. Be inspired. Experience a divine culture.
I'm shocked. I can't praise this show enough.
How many things do you see in life that touch you and make you that hopeful?
I'm incredibly inspired after coming tonight.
See it 100 more times.
Every seat is taken. I can see why now.
Backed by popular demand, Shen Yun returns to Lincoln Center in March. Get your tickets now.
After a history-making opening week.
Welcome to Excitement Headquarters.
The final rounds of the Jeopardy College Championship are here.
You three have been burning up the bottom of the board.
Which started with 15 of America's brightest college students, goes from 9 players down to only 3.
One of these 3 players will be $100,000 richer.
They're playing for school pride and $100 grand. The Jeopardy College Championship, the final rounds.
Monday at 7, right here on ABC 7.
New York City may be rainy, while all's clear in Long Island, and lightning strikes in New Jersey.
Look at this cell right now.
Count on the Eyewitness News AccuWeather team to call it.
We'll warm up very fast.
Again.
Lightning strikes.
And again.
Heavy downpours.
With pinpoint accuracy.
The threat to New York City is about through 6 o'clock.
With ABC 7 and 1 and the free AccuTrack Alert app, the AccuWeather team is there for you right where you are, wherever you are. Stay prepared with meteorologist Lee Goldberg, Bill Evans, Jeff Smith, and Amy Freeze. New York's unbeatable AccuWeather team, only on Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
In tonight's Health Alert, one of the country's largest candy producers is removing artificial colors from its products. Mars, the company behind M&M's and Snickers, says it is making the move to meet evolving consumer preferences. The dyes are not banned by the FDA. However, there is concern that some synthetic dyes trigger hyperactivity in children.
New at 11 is a problem nearly as ubiquitous as the iPhone itself, but now that cracked touchscreen could score you a discount on a new phone. According to reports, Apple is now mulling the idea of accepting damaged phones into its trade-in programs. Company's likely to try to drum up new phone sales, of course, because sales of the iPhone were flat last quarter, and the company predicts a year-over-year decline in shipments, so bring on the cracked iPhone screens.
Good to know. I do have a small little crack right
which
there.
Which could be a large one compared to your last large crack. Rob Powers, up next with sports.
Some good basketball tonight. They had to go without their big score, so what could the Knicks do against the Grizzlies at home? Straight ahead, well, we'll show you. They had to get numbers from somebody else. Who was it, and was it enough? And in Brooklyn, the Nets bring out the long-range artillery in their battle with the Kings. Who's sitting on the throne now? Next.
Wake up to what's new.
Breaking news ahead.
New details served up fresh.
Dramatic new video.
Fast.
Fast-moving development. We've got first live pictures.
And friendly.
Weather than Heather every 7 minutes.
Lori, Ken, Bill, and Heather help you dress right.
You'll need your rain gear all day.
And get going.
You can expect some delays.
Wake up with a team more New Yorkers count on Channel 7 Eyewitness News this morning.
Wish you were sleeping instead of just thinking about it? Sleep easier with an adjustable